big disgrace, waving your banner on. We will rock you. Sing it. We will rock you. Body on a long man, poor man, beating with your eyes, gonna make us all be someday. You got mud on your face, big disgrace. Somebody better put your bag into your place. We will rock you. Sing it. We will rock you. Everybody, we will rock you.
Ladies and gentlemen, all of tonight's fights are contested under the jurisdiction of the Massachusetts State Athletic Commission. Presiding tonight, Good Guy Licciardi and Odette Carmen. Your three judges at ringside throughout the evening will be Mark Cardarelli, Dan Fitzgerald, and Ken Rolovic. Your referee inside the ropes, Melissa Kelly. We kick things off with a 4-round contest in the junior middleweight division. Introducing first, boxing out of the blue corner to my left. He is sporting black trunks with white trim. Tonight, entering the ring for the 7th time as a professional. He's an upset specialist that comes to us from Portland, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Taylor. And his opponent, standing directly across the ring, fighting out of the red corner to my right. Wearing blue trunks, his record impressive, 2 wins, 0 defeats. He comes to us all the way from Simi Valley, California. Ladies and gentlemen, Mario Christopher Ramirez. 4 rounds, junior middleweights.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Boston Boxing Promotions presents Fall Brawl, the first professional boxing show at Fall River since 1991 here at the PAL. Call it the PAL? I always in my head I'm like,
yeah,
PAL,
you know, I think
PAL?
it's a personal preference. I hear a lot of guys say PAL.
PAL?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Gray Johnson, joined here by trainer and gym owner in Fall River, Aaron Bernardo, and we're going to kick things off. 4 rounds of junior middleweights.
Yes,
in the
sir.
blue trunks, we got Mario Christopher Ramirez coming all the way from Simi Valley, taking on a guy we've seen a lot on these Boston boxing shows from Portland, New York, Mike Taylor.
Upset specialist.
Upset specialist indeed.
Yeah.
First thing that kind of that's interesting is I've seen Ramirez fight twice now on Boston boxing shows, flying in from California. Mike Taylor, certainly the biggest opponent he has been in the ring with to date.
Yeah, it seems like Mike Taylor fights at all weights.
He does.
He doesn't say no often.
That's a great point. Mike Taylor has fought as small as 135 against Nick Molina, and tonight he's going to be coming. Came in at 152.
Yeah, so that shows you right there. 3 weight classes essentially.
So, yeah, you said doesn't turn down a lot of fights in MMA or boxing.
Yeah. And looks pretty good so far. Came out fast against Ramirez.
Carrying the weight well, I would say. He's in good shape.
Yeah, he is a tall guy. Yeah, very tall guy.
Ramirez, definitely a guy that will try and beat you with the jab and the footwork. Not a huge output guy, just uses that solid fundamentals. Turned pro a bit later in his career, but he's had a lot of sparring with really a lot of great professionals out there at the Knuckleheads Gym in Ventura, California. And he's wanted to give it a shot, see how he could do in the pros.
And he's been active. He's been real active.
Yes, this is his 3rd fight this year. His last bout was in July. He took on a much bigger opponent, Igor Prasoa. He actually fought at super middleweight for that, and was able to make it all the way down to 154 for this bout. And you can see he's pretty big for a guy at 154.
Yeah, he is. He could definitely fill out that weight class. So, yeah, but as a 154, he's definitely above average. And
yeah, he's 6'3". I'm
nice right hand.
I'm a shade under 6, and I don't know if I could get down to 154. So God,
yeah,
God
it would be tough.
It's a lot of work. But he did make the weight cut. I've been hanging out with him the last couple days, and he was really prepared for this.
Yeah, he looks good so far. Really patient. He doesn't have an easy task in front of him. Mike Taylor does come to fight. Very awkward, and sometimes those guys can give you the most trouble because their timing is off.
Yeah, we saw Mike Taylor beat Jordan Yanton and knocked him down in the fight in the Castleton. I think it was just about a year ago. But yeah, he likes to throw that chopping right hand often. You can see Ramirez splits the guard nicely there with the jab.
A lot of intriguing matchups tonight. A lot of matchups that could go either way.
Taylor with a nice jab to the body. You can see Taylor taking his time in there, trying to look for the opening.
Yeah, he is, and he's doing some really effective body work. He almost has like a little reverse Philly shell going on right now, so he looks good. His eyes are good. He's catching a lot of punches that Ramirez is throwing. So it's a close round so far.
See there, Taylor, a lot of his shots right now are going, midsection down to the ribs cage.
Taylor's doing some nice body work.
Yeah, it's not a bad body placement.
He could be stealing the round with his body work.
I agree. Ramirez definitely needs to step it up a bit here. Taylor is last 30 seconds or so. Good work from Mike Taylor.
You can see Ramirez trying to take his time. He's really looking.
Taylor talking to him a bit too. Getting the 10-second warning here. It's been a pretty close round. I mean, listen, I think it's hard to talk and score at the same time, but I'll say this, Mike Taylor made a pretty good.
He might have taken that round.
He might have taken that round,
Yeah,
even though Ramirez had some nice jabs. Mike Taylor's corner. I was talking to you before the fight. My eyes lit up because that was a guy that I know you train. You're very familiar with. Tony Andriozzi.
Yeah. Former Massachusetts State middleweight champion Tony Andriozzi. Not only one of my fighters, one of my best friends. And he is working the corner. He's working a couple corners tonight, helping out at Boston Boxing Promotions, doing his part. And Mike Taylor's in good hands.
Absolutely. And then over in the other side, we got Joseph Hosjanik, who's trained a countless number of fighters in the California
Victor
area.
Ortiz.
Yes, Ortiz, I believe, worked with Fernando Vargas back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, he's worked with some of the best there is. He's giving me tons of stories this weekend. So Ramirez also getting in good hands right now, and I'm sure Ramirez being told, listen, you got to pick up the pace here because Mike Taylor, excellent body work. Mike Taylor can steal these rounds.
That's the thing, when you take your time and you're so patient, you can get these rounds taken away from you when these guys are active like that,
So we're now in round 2 of 4, junior middleweights. Once again, Mario Ramirez in the blue trunks and Mike Taylor in the, I'd say, sparkly black trunks.
He's got the Windies on.
He does.
But I'll tell you what, even ring generalship, Taylor, he looks real comfortable in there.
I've seen a lot of improvement from Mike Taylor. I called his first pro fight. I've seen him. I've seen most of his fights live, and you can tell this is a guy. Yeah, he may be not at the greatest record in the world, but you can see he gets better each fight, and he's here to win. And he's clearly trying to push Ramirez back.
You can never count a guy like Taylor out. And again, he's pushing the pace right now. He's working the body effectively. He's making Ramirez miss.
Jab to the body
in the first half of this round.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of jabs right now to the body, jabbing to the midsection.
You can see Ramirez. I can see the look on his face. He's really trying to figure Taylor out. He's trying to get his timing down. And sometimes with these MMA guys, that's you kind of just got to bite down. Put up that high guard and get inside and start working. Do what you do best. Yeah.
Again, I think Ramirez definitely needs to let the hands go a little bit more. It's really Taylor the one pushing him back.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And he's coming up short on that. He came up short on that 1-2 right there.
He needs to throw a lot more of those 1-2s though, Aaron. I mean, these rounds are razor thin.
I like what I see from Taylor tonight. He's got that little reverse Philly shell going on.
I mean,
he's moving well.
I saw him take. This is a much improved Mike Taylor from what I saw him in January when he fought Nate Malak.
Good right hand by Ramirez.
Yeah, it was the best punch of the fight so far for him. But Mike Taylor took a lot of punishment in that fight. But I'm really seeing a lot of improvements defensively. Ring movement really good. He looks in great shape. Ramirez is definitely in with a live guy right now. And
I will say that last right hand by Ramirez definitely, I think, shook Taylor a little bit. You can see the look on his face, the way he's moving back into that right hand. So Ramirez might have something here. He's just got to jump on it.
And that's the thing is the guys that have stopped Mike Taylor, Kevin Walsh, Nicky Tejada were the ones I've saw both of those fights. They were active. They really took the steam out of Mike Taylor with body work, kept him in the corner. And that's not really what Ramirez does, though. Ramirez kind of likes to sit back and just beat you with the jab. But
he's a boxer.
He's a boxer. But he can't let himself get outworked here if he wants to find success because Mike Taylor he's taking chances right now. You got to respect it.
Yeah, you still might have to say Taylor could be winning this round, depending on what you're judging.
Exactly.
Definitely activity-wise, Taylor's done more.
It's going to be interesting. When I was looking at when they announced the judges. One of these judges, I believe this is his first show. It was a pro.
Really?
A pro show. I'd never heard his name before. Fairly, not 90% sure this might be the first pro fight he's judging. So
good job.
It's kind of interesting. These are not judges you see at a lot of shows. So
that was a close round. I mean, it really depends on what you score. I would say Taylor had more activity, but Ramirez did land a lot of good solid shots.
You could have this 2-0 either way. You could have this 1-1. I really do believe that. I wouldn't be upset with either scorecard right now. It's going to be really fascinating. And this is a 4-round fight, as we said. You know, I don't think if the way they're fighting right now, I think both guys are likely going to be making the bell. So they got to really, really put it on.
If I'm Ramirez's corner, and I'm sure he's getting great advice, I would be telling him to put the pedal to the metal in this round.
Yeah, this guy's Mike Taylor's not going anywhere, most likely.
Yeah, heavy on the front foot. Let's get that jab going. Start going to the body a little bit more. Because Ramirez has shown he has really good body work. And like we said, with Walsh and past fights with Taylor, that's the kind of stuff that affects Taylor, you know? Not standing in the center of the ring.
But, you know, Mike Taylor has done a really nice job. He knows he's got a tall guy with a big torso, and he's really going to that body. He's done
great body work tonight. He's invested in it. And you know what? I'm actually particularly impressed with his defense tonight.
Yeah,
he's parried a lot of shots. He's picked some shots off.
It's been much better. I mean, like I said, he got hit with a lot of punches against Nate Balakin, and he's definitely tightened up the defense 8 months later. I think the layoff probably did him a world of good, too, honestly.
You can see Ramirez coming out a lot more offensive this round, just in his stance.
Yes.
A little bit higher hands.
Shoulder, he slouched down a little bit more.
Yeah, he's shaking a little bit. He's kind of getting in his jig a little bit. He's ready to sit down on some punches, which he needs to do.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he can't let these rounds get away from him, as we were saying. Round 3 of 4 here at the Fall River PAL Hall. Thank you for watching here.
That shot just missed. Taylor smiles at him. You got to love it. And that's what Ramirez needs to do. Start upstairs, go down to that body, and then bring it back upstairs. He has the boxing ability to do stuff like that.
Hey, once again, Mike Taylor backing him up a bit, frustrating him.
He's got to catch Taylor on those off angles. When Taylor leaves himself exposed like that, like after that lunging right hand he just threw, that's when Ramirez has to counter.
Again, we're seeing a lot of Ramirez probably looking for an opportunity right now, but the hands need to get, you got to let it go a little bit more.
You got to get moving because, even this round again, Gray, I like what Taylor's doing.
I agree.
And look at that jab, just snapped Ramirez's head back.
And, even though you might be doing good things fundamentally, judges like the guy that's taking more risks. He's trying to do a little bit more in there, and Mike Taylor's landing punches. I mean, maybe not as many on the head, but still the body work has been there. And again,
it's been tremendous.
Jab to the body. There's a good body shot from Ramirez.
When Ramirez does land, it's heavy. He knows how to sit on his punches better. There's no question about it. He is the more refined boxer. But again, like I said in the beginning of the fight, a lot of times when you get these MMA guys with off timing, they can get away with stuff like this if you allow them to. And Taylor's doing that.
I think we're correct in the second round. Taylor definitely got caught off guard, but he looks fine now. He doesn't really look like
there's no indication that he's hurt or has any remnants of being hurt.
Going back to what he's been doing, it's just up to Ramirez to
break Ramirez is tentative. You see there, he's feinting, but he's not shooting. Another right hand landed to the body by Taylor.
I'll say this, Taylor definitely came in here with a game plan, and that's another jab to the body. I would say pretty much most of these punches
nice switch stand. He crossed through the body work.
They're
that's
going all to the body. Uppercut missed there by Taylor. Just missed. But nice. Good
see again, but even in these exchanges, Gray, look at Taylor. He's landing hard to the body and not getting touched upstairs by Ramirez. Ramirez looks uncomfortable.
I am really impressed with Taylor. This does not look like the same fighter I saw in January.
This is definitely a little pro-Ramirez crowd, maybe just by, the look of his style. Whenever Ramirez does land, the crowd oohs and ahs a little bit. But, you got to appreciate what Taylor's doing tonight.
This is another really interesting round. The jab there by Ramirez. Maybe,
Call me crazy, but you could call this fight 3-0 for Taylor in my eyes.
I know.
Call me.
It could be.
I love a good awkward MMA guy, though.
I know, right? I think Ramirez, in my eyes, may have slightly taken that round, but again, I don't know. This could be scorecards all over
It really
the place.
depends what you're looking for. I think Taylor is throwing more punches, and I think he's being effective, but Ramirez is landing the more eye-catching blows.
I'll say this. I just watched one of the judges hand his scorecard to the referee, and he definitely took a little bit of time to put that 10-9 down. So I think I don't know, just reading. I'm not a body language expert, but that kind of tells me right now.
You never know with these judges.
You never know, but I do think these rounds are very close.
Very close.
And Ramirez and Taylor both need a big fourth round.
I think if Ramirez wants to solidify this fight, he needs a huge fourth round.
I agree.
It'll be the last imprint what the judges see, and
I
think he definitely needs it. Even though I wouldn't be surprised if Taylor's at least up 2-1.
Absolutely, and if that's the case here, you might be fighting for a draw,
Yep.
Aaron. Here we go, fourth and final round. Once again, junior middleweights. Christopher Ramirez, Mike Taylor. Mike Taylor trying to get his second professional win, while Christopher Ramirez is trying to go to 3-0 as a professional. And once again, Mike Taylor targeting the body.
Nice combination by Taylor.
Another jab to the body here. Ramirez, I think, is happy to sit back and counterpunch. But he sometimes you gotta
definitely
lead.
throw more punches this round. And that's the thing. Ramirez is on the back foot. Ramirez just seems real comfortable, just ones and twos, twos and ones. But
Yep.
I feel like with a guy like Taylor, you gotta have a little bit more variation in your punches.
This is gonna be really interesting when it gets to the scorecards right now. Again, this round I feel like Ramirez is doing a little bit more, but Taylor still.
Yeah, I've seen
fighting the
fights like
same
this
pace.
before where I thought the guy like Taylor would be up.
Taylor
but,
with another body shot.
sometimes judges do. Sometimes judges don't like the awkwardness. They don't like.
Interesting. Yeah,
they don't like the awkward style. They like the traditional boxer. They like the.
Nice jab there by Ramirez.
A beautiful jab like that. It's hard not to score
that.
that.
is the cleanest jab we've seen in this
Of all
fight.
fight, of
The
all
whole
fight.
fight that snapped his head back.
Exactly.
So his punches are crisp and clean, but I feel like the volume is.
If you go volume and ring control, you got to go Taylor. But if you go by the crisper shots,
right, the eye-catching punches.
The eye-catching punches, you got to go Ramirez. But they've been very far and few in between.
Sure.
But the best punches of the fight have been landed by Ramirez.
Absolutely. Another shot to the body there. I love that Taylor just clearly just said, you know what, I'm going to go to the body all night long on this taller
sitting
guy.
down and he's just going for it.
And for a guy, like I said, it's fought at 135, he doesn't look really that small for 154.
Yeah, I mean, a guy that tall too, he's not killing himself to make the
No.
weight, so he ate a nice meal.
He sure did. I'm sure he was much happier to be making 154.
Yeah,
than,
he was comfortable in there. He looks nice and hydrated. I mean, his legs look fantastic.
Absolutely.
He's nice and bouncy in there.
I think the style too really helps Taylor out. I think he doesn't do as well against these guys that really are in your grill. And Ramirez is, like I said, kind of happy to just counter and sit back. And sometimes, like in a fight like this, when you have an aggressive guy, these rounds are. It's going to be a really close fight.
I mean, even this round's hard to score in my opinion. I would probably say this is Ramirez's best round.
I agree. He's done some of the best counterpunching so far, but it's still this pace has really been working for Mike Taylor.
Yeah, it's favored him the whole fight.
Nice
right
jab,
hand by
nice
Ramirez.
jab. And I think that might have been the last few minutes. This.
Ramirez finally opened up a little bit. I mean, if he would have done this for 4 rounds,
I think
it's not even close.
Not even close.
He might even gotten the stoppage, but good fight. I can see the judges giving it to Ramirez.
It's going to be really interesting.
The third round's a swing round. I think the second and third rounds are swing rounds, depending on what you're looking for. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to Ramirez, but I wouldn't be mad at a Mike Taylor decision either.
It would be very remarkable if Mike Taylor pulled this off.
Oh, for sure. But I'm going to have to say Ramirez on this one. Just based off the last two.
This one will go to the scorecards. We're just waiting for things to get totaled up. Very competitive
Spirited
opening
effort.
bout. Yeah, great effort from both guys. If you're Mike Taylor, you got to be really happy with this effort. He looked like he belonged in there with a much bigger fighter.
Yep.
And even if he comes up short tonight and you look at his box rec, the record doesn't matter with him. He's clearly capable of hanging in with a lot of these prospects.
Yeah, and if you're an up-and-coming boxer or manager and you're looking at Mike Taylor thinking it's going to be an easy night, you're wrong.
Agreed.
It's a really nice sign.
Oh, yeah. There is a nice sign in the crowd for Christopher Ramirez.
Yeah. Some Christmas lights on it. Yeah,
I hope he doesn't get mad yet. But the mother, I believe, of a girl he is seeing currently.
What is it?
The one holding that sign?
Yeah.
That's the mother of a girl he is currently seeing.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
That is what I was told.
Hey, well, she likes him.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say.
He's got mom's vote.
But it was, I guess, a girl that lives in California that used to train in New England.
Oh,
Weirdly
really?
enough, yeah.
Wow.
And she knows Johnny Kim. Very
No
interesting.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see this decision.
I am too. Like I said, these judges these aren't guys that you see on a lot of shows. So who knows what they're thinking? A lot of times I've done the shows with judges, and I'm kind of used to what they usually do for scorecards. But they got a couple. There's a judge. Like I said, I don't know. This might be his first pro bout he's ever judged.
Yeah.
So it'll be very fascinating.
And
no guarantees here.
There's no guarantees, and this is a tough fight to score for your first fight.
I'm glad I'm not scoring here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for both of these athletes getting things started off in style tonight in Fall River, Massachusetts. We go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Ken Volovic scores the fight 39-37 from Mario Christopher Ramirez.
We're going to have a split decision
Judge
here.
Dan Fitzgerald scores the fight 39-37 for Mike Taylor.
Wow.
Wow.
See what the start
Judge
card
Mark
is.
Cardarelli scores the fight
Wouldn't doubt it.
39-37 for your winner via split decision, Mario.
Wow.
Ramirez.
Well, listen.
It was a close fight.
We agreed that was a close fight.
And you know what? The
judges,
they reflected it.
It was reflected that way. It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
If you're Mike Taylor, listen, it sucks to lose, but he has to be really happy with himself with a bigger fighter in
His
there.
stock definitely raises from a loss like this.
Tony worked a good corner tonight.
Coach Tony did a good job.
Coach Tony did a good job too. I know they're probably a little bummed, but you know what? That's a great effort.
Yeah.
And hey,
not a bad start for the blue corner.
Rounds for a rematch, in my opinion. Because like
Yeah.
I said, I don't know if that was a conclusive win for Chris Ramirez.
No, it's definitely not the best win you could have had in your third fight, but a win's a win. He did what he had to do and got it done.
They scrape out of here with a split decision, like a 39-37, both for him, and 39-37 for Mike Taylor.